So we are now back. We are going into our fourth and final round.
We are. And there's the mat.
Beautiful champion mat.
Amazing.
That would be great for Guild Gates. Nicely set on Ravnica.
I want that mat.
That's a nice mat. Well, you don't get it, Ben, because you're not.
Not this one. I might have to go play for another one.
All right. Yeah, you're not getting that one. Yeah. That's going home with either Paul or Dason.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. There's a small chance that they forget it on the roof of their car and it blows off while they're driving down the freeway.
Is there also a small chance that you're going to duck over there and take it while they're playing?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a pretty big chance.
We hope y'all enjoyed the old school video that we played for you.
Alex
I enjoyed that video that Aloha Rocketeer put together for us. Thank you very much. That was cool.
Yeah.
I fully expect to see that playing on the monitor
a lot
throughout the day.
I hope so.
But this is our last round.
This is the final round.
Our top two players, Dason playing Paul. We saw Dason and Patrick play a slugfest last round.
Yes.
Now, apparently, the division between second and third place
is like
10%.
Oh, 10%?
Opponent match wins.
Okay. So, I know that one of Patrick's opponents ended up dropping.
Yep.
Yeah, and that definitely affected his tiebreakers.
It was a very slim margin, though.
Yeah.
So, but Dason is in the finals playing against Paul for the mat. As for Control, Godfrey Gift, I like this.
Yeah.
Because this is the last tournament that Torrential Gearhulk's legal.
And the last tournament that Godfrey's Gift itself is legal.
Yeah, last tournament for almost the entire deck for Dason. So I like this. I like seeing these two here.
So in between this, I was actually talking with Paul. It was pretty clear he was going to be the one in the finals. He was the only person undefeated at the end of round 3.
Okay.
So I was talking with him during lunch about both Dason and Patrick because they had the next two highest records.
Right.
And Paul was watching both their games. Said either one would have been a tough match. He didn't really want to play against either one in the finals.
No. Patrick was very quick to get a force out there, and Paul needs time to get his counters going.
Yeah, that was the one thing that we were talking about with Patrick's deck is that Shalai plus his ability to present a lot of threats quickly.
Yeah. And we saw how quickly he rebuilt also.
Yes. Yeah.
I know Paul's got Fumigates in his deck, I believe. He's got some way to deal with the board.
I would assume so.
But Patrick was just rebuilt super quick. So we got Dason looking at his hand. 5 lands. Godfrey's Gift and Planning. Yeah, you got the gift. You can find the rest.
And it's not like he has to rush.
No. 5 lands again. Glimmer Genius to Fairy.
Paul's side, that is a very nice
slow
hand. I like that. That's the best hand I hope to see. Yeah.
I was thinking it might be too slow for him. Okay.
It might be.
Not my playstyle.
It very well could be, but I mean, he did end up drawing another land, which is unfortunate. But with
he has a Glimmer into a Teferi.
Yeah, with 5 lands, there's a good shot that he's not going to be drawing a land again.
And he drew Disallow.
Yeah. So now he has all 3 colors available to him. He has counter magic. He has top end.
Yeah. So he's doing okay. Dason already shipping a card to the graveyard.
Yeah. Let's see a strategic planning here.
Casting, Paul saying he might have a response. No response. I believe he drew a dismiss?
He drew a disallow.
I was thinking to myself, I haven't messed it up all day.
You also haven't said it all day.
I'm trying to give myself
I'm sorry.
a little bit of a boost.
You did not mess up disallow at all today.
Well, I did just now.
Just then. But you were pretty close. It does a similar thing to dismiss.
Is that what I was saying last night, dismiss?
You were saying disallow last night.
I don't know.
Oh, no, you said dismiss a couple times.
I don't know. It's disallow.
Dissolve. You kept saying dissolve as well.
That's what I was
Because we were talking about the new dissolve card.
Yep.
Guilds.
Okay.
So now we'll see Shalai.
Shalai hits the board for Dason unless it's countered, which
there's an Essence Scatter. Yeah. That was one of the cards Paul mentioned he was quite worried about in this match. In either of the 2 matches. Shalai giving the hexproof is a big problem.
Paul leaning on cast down, fatal pushes.
Yeah, the fact that he can't cast it down either is a little rough.
Yep. Shalai's a pretty good creature.
Well designed.
And she's not broken.
No. No. If she was a 4/4, she might be broken.
Right. She's a good answer for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks like Paul considering disallowing this champion. Now, if he lets it happen,
I think
Dason's engine starts.
I think I let it happen and then try to take out the pieces.
Nope. Paul doesn't want to threat on board yet, which is pretty much how his deck plays. He wants to keep a clean board, save as much of his life as he can, and then get the lock in.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see Teferi here. No reason not to.
There we go. No, that's leaving him getting aggressive with Teferi.
Yeah, I like that.
Tucking away the Search for Ascanta under the top 2 cards.
Yeah. I forgot that Teferi could do that. That might change the way this match goes. If he can tuck a Godpharaoh's gift.
Dason's playing Lyra. Which means that unless Paul has an answer for Lyra.
On the top there.
Yeah, it looked like Cast Down. Which doesn't work on
it does not.
Lyra because it's non-legendary creatures. And that's the... I can't tell what the one in the back is.
Essence Extraction.
Can't tell what that last black spell in his hand is. But Paul taking a look at the graveyard. Is that Forsake the Worldly?
It might be.
This might be Vraska's Contempt, I believe. Yeah, Fatal Push in hand, Cast Down in hand. Neither one works on Lyra.
Yeah,
has to go with the Contempt. Nice thing is, against the Godpharaoh's Gift, that Lyra is gone forever.
Yeah. It's very good. Paul gaining life on the exchange, nothing to sneeze at either.
No. We saw how important life gain could be last round. Alright, so Shalai, Champion of Wits is exiled. No, Lyra is exiled. So, Champion of Wits and Shalai both in the graveyard.
So,
Hostile Desert coming in to kill Teferi.
Damage on the Teferi.
Paul does have creature kill, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to get cast down here.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Teferi's going to make it through, and Dason down a land.
Yeah. It's a rough exchange.
Yeah.
I guess Paul could have probably used that Fatal Push on it.
Yeah, it has casting cost 0.
Yeah. And I can't see there being a whole lot of other threats in Dason's deck that he's going to want a Fatal Push on.
Well, with Godpharaoh's Gift, do they have their mana cost?
Yes. Yes, they do retain their mana cost.
Then, yeah, Fatal Push is going to be limited in its targets.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that I was discussing with Gerard, the table judge, earlier during the break. The Godpharaoh's Gift, they lose their creature types,
yes.
they become zombies.
Yes,
so
they do.
we were commentating that the Lyra was pumping all the Angel of Intervention.
Yeah.
Angel of Inventions. It was not.
And I think that's how they were playing at the table as well. Yep. Because Scarab God does something very similar, but it leaves with their creature types.
Yeah.
So.
Which is something that old Wizards of the Coast would not have printed.
Yes, this is true.
I don't know if it's they didn't see it or they said, it's okay.
Now, Paul did an interesting thing. He floated 2 mana to untap with Teferi. Okay. Me, I would have just cycled the land that he ended up cycling anyway. Not waste the mana.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real reason to, and there's also no real reason not to. So we see Dason scrambling to stick something here. Now, I wonder if Paul's going to allow this one to resolve. And that doesn't seem that way. So syncopated for 2 and
exiles it.
Yeah. Paul making sure to leave Dason with nothing in the graveyard.
Yeah, he's keeping it pretty clean. There's 2 creatures in there, but that's about it. Paul netting 2 energy.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll get it. He'll get around to adjusting that, I think. So now Paul with a full grip of cards again.
And 7 mana, so he's
7 mana and a Teferi.
He's taking no damage. He's at the point in the game where he's trying to reach.
Yeah,
now it's just a matter of getting the pieces on the board.
He's setting the lockup. It's, I mean, he still looks a little counter light.
And 2 Fatal Push not going to be doing much.
No. Yeah, we might see an issue if Dason's able to go for the God Pharaohs this turn. Coming up, we might see a little bit of a game here.
Now, God Pharaoh's Gift, that's Dason's key card.
Yeah.
It would be a tough decision to play it into 8 open mana on the blue side.
True.
But the longer he waits, the better Paul's hand gets.
Ooh. He leaves the Vraska's Contempt on top, puts the Swamp on the bottom. Paul's looking like a very finely sculpted set of cards there.
Yeah, deck's coming together. There's a
flip on
Azcanta. This is the point of the game where I don't know how Dason's getting back in.
Yeah, it seems like Paul's
be a minute,
pretty much got this locked up.
Yeah.
He's approaching Teferi's Ultimate.
Again, this is our last round. These two are playing for first place in the playmat.
Yeah.
We've seen several good rounds leading up to this.
Paul got the very classic Azcanta and then searching for the thing he's already found.
You would think he'd stop searching.
Well, I mean, continuing to search doesn't really hurt. Maybe you didn't find the real Azcanta.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe Azcanta's in your heart.
It's not,
Sniper Island.
Oh, I was thinking Ragnarok. But I can't remember where Thor lives.
He lives on Asgard.
Asgard, thank you, Jake. Jake beat you to it. It's not Asgard. It doesn't go with you in the heart.
I was quoting One Piece.
Oh.
Yeah. Good anime.
Not an anime person myself, which does not go over well in Hawaii.
I don't think it... Your daughter seems like she's the kind that's...
My daughter and my son, huge on anime. Yeah. Even my wife, she enjoys it.
So it might not even go over well in your own home.
Not that great, yeah. Usually they'll put on anime and I end up walking out. We have tons of Studio Ghibli.
See,
which is not quite anime, but...
Yeah, that's something that everybody can get into, though.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure you enjoyed The Wind Rises.
I don't mind them every now and then. I don't especially enjoy Studio Ghibli marathons, though.
No, I like anime, and I enjoy Studio Ghibli. All of their projects I've enjoyed. Except for Ponyo, I didn't really like that one.
No? That's the fish one, right?
Yeah, it was... The quality wasn't quite there. It was still a good film, but...
Wind Rises was sad. I don't do sad movies. It's got to be Spirited Away. Jake throwing out some trivia. What was the highest grossing Studio Ghibli film?
It's got to be Spirited Away. That was the big one that Disney got in.
That was the first one Disney did. Howls.
Howls is super. Did you watch that one?
Now, are we talking ticket sales or merchandising and everything? I have seen Howls, yes.
If including merchandising, then it's definitely Howls.
Yeah. But that also would make sense because that was the follow-up after Spirited Away. That's the one that Disney released next.
Yeah.
So all the hype from Spirited Away would carry over to Howls.
And everybody telling their friends about it.
Yeah. So that would make sense from a ticket sales also. Oh, you're giving me incomplete stats.
Got it. I think you would get into The Wind Rises, though. It's about the invention of the Japanese Zero before World War II.
Interesting.
Yeah. And how the person who designed the plane never, ever wanted it to be used for war.
There's a lot of
in the
things
internal,
like that, yeah.
And the internal conflict that he went through with it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I mean, probably a lot of artistic license involved there.
There usually is.
Yeah, the historical aspects, but...
Lone Goifer, this is the finals. Paul against Dason. Dason made it in there. The difference between second and third place, 10% opponent match wins. Or opponent game wins.
Yeah.
One of those stats. It was a difference of just about 10% between second and third.
So we're seeing big discard pile from Paul there.
At this point, he's got multiple counters in hand.
Yeah.
2 Gear Hulks.
Gear Hulks. Removal.
And he's got mana to drop a Gear Hulk this turn, so there should be a Gear Hulk coming down. Next Friday, we have Modern. Saturday is Open House.
Yeah.
So
that is the case.
Bring your best Modern deck. I will have my Ironworks if anybody wants to borrow it.
Cast out onto Fairy. It's going to get disallowed. I can't see Paul giving up his ult. Excuse me.
And then he's using his Scans at a filter.
To find another... Oh, I can't read that card.
Negate?
Is it a negate? Another counter magic.
Yeah.
Removal shenanigans. So now, I know we mentioned it multiple times. There's no downside to plussing Teferi here, but Paul's just going to cash him in, as he seems to like to do.
Well, Dason has no board.
Yeah.
And now, multiple draw spells, he can erase every land. Dason's out of the game.
Yeah. If you're Dason here... Oh, well, he had the follow-up to Fairy, which is perfect. So he'll draw a card. Exile the untapped land.
Alex, humans are so 2017. It's all spirits now.
You know, Alex, there's a large number of people here that have a lot of modern cards. If you're missing exactly one thing, I'm sure somebody can loan it to you.
Is it Supreme Phantasm?
I have 20 of those now. I bought all of them from from Ideal.
So you're that guy.
Yeah, I'm speculating on it. It's already increased since I bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that one to loan you. Sorry, buddy. If I did, I would.
So Paul able to take game one pretty easily. Dason was never able to get in there. He had the Godfell's gift, but he had no creatures, no early threats.
Yeah, Paul had too many answers and exiled exactly the right things at exactly the right time.
Yep. So now we're going into game two. Dason will be on the play. He needs to get the early stuff before Paul's counter lock gets set. And that's the tough part, because all the removal, all the counter spells, it doesn't take long to get that lock into place.
Paul doesn't have to change a whole lot here. He had the main board Forsake the Worldlies.
Syncopates.
Yep, Syncopates, Vraska's Contempts.
Yeah. So he's already almost pre-boarded against
Godfarrow's Gift. I still expect to see at least a couple cards come in.
Right.
Here's where I would like to see Chromium come in.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't, but he doesn't also not need it.
If he's losing a creature fight, then Chromium's not going to help him. If he's winning, then Chromium's not going to help him.
But if he's behind, Chromium jumps in front of an angel, no problem. Eats
with flash.
And eats the angel. He can expect Dason to be bringing in some kind of counter magic. If it is anything beyond negate, he doesn't have to worry about Chromium getting hit by it either.
I don't know. I'm still not sold on Chromium coming in. Because it's coming in and something's going out.
I'd send a Gear Hulk out. But I'm crazy.
Would you for... I don't know.
No, probably not, but I might.
No.
Look what Dason showed him in game one. Paul...
Well, he also knows Dason's deck. Dason's been playing Godfarrow for a long time.
They've
played against each other before.
Yeah. But Paul's deck just seems very well tuned to what Dason's trying to do here.
Yeah. As long as he can keep the key cards from doing what they're trying to do, he should be good.
It's potentially the case. I know Gerard loaned him his at one point.
You know, I let people borrow my dinosaur deck. I got it right back.
Yeah, well, Gerard wasn't... when Gerard loaned it to
I'm saying they use it for one tournament, I get it right back.
Yeah, well, when Gerard loaned it to Dason, it was for Vegas, I believe.
And he's been hooked on this deck.
Yeah.
And he's picked it up very well. He's playing it very well. And
he's put a lot of time
he's good on the lines.
Yeah.
So
he's put a lot of time in with it.
Fox borrowed my dinosaur deck for one tournament, and he found the lines pretty well, but it...
Yeah, it has to be sacrificed a clue when he didn't need to.
Sacked a clue.
And it lost him the game. Yes, Lone Gopher, what do you need? I happen to be a certified Magic judge.
And I am an uncertified Magic judge. What do you need?
What is the error on Paul's side? His deck is mislabeled. Yeah, it's not 5-color Fruit Days like it should be. I know, but Jake doesn't like the Fruit Days.
It's supposed to be Sunmare.
Yeah, I guess this is mono white Sunmare.
Yeah. See? Lone Gopher new.
Yeah. Mono white Sunmare is actually what I played in the PPTQ.
Oh, yeah?
The other week, yeah. I mean, there was only 8 white cards in it.
Were any of them Sunmare?
No Sunmares.
Sounds good.
But it was mono white Sunmare.
At a modern PPTQ?
Yeah.
He can't just change it in the middle of the tournament, Jake. That's not how Magic works. That's not how any of this works.
Can't change your deck in the middle of a tournament.
What do you even... There's a judge sitting right there. That should be a warning.
Well, he is doing it in exchange for popular opinion. That could be considered...
Bribery?
Bribery, yeah.
That's disqualification.
Ooh. Yeah, that could be... Wow, Paul just...
Dason out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Comes in first.
Dason out of nowhere winning the mat. Paul with a disqualification for bribery. Just trying to get some love.
You know, he plays on the Pro Tour once. And that's all it took.
Now, Paul's hand here looks pretty good.
Dason 2 lands, strategic planning, chart of course, refurbish, gift, cast down.
I keep that. That's real good.
Yep. He's got ways to get the gift into the graveyard. He's got refurbish to get it back. Paul with 3 lands, cast down.
Disallow
Glimmer to Fairy. That's also good.
Really good too.
Cast down to deal with any early threats, and then rolls right into Fairy.
Yeah. Now Dason.
And Paul drew his 4th.
I think Dason can assume that Paul's going to have a counter for the refurbish, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure you kind of run for it anyway.
You have to.
Just on that chance that he doesn't.
Now, he could wait until... Well, even after Paul taps out for Teferi, he untaps 2 lands.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be the most opportune moment.
Yeah.
Because it leaves him with only one piece of counter that he can use.
And Dason already has the Angel in the graveyard, so now he's just got to get that Godfrey out of hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if Paul casts a turn 5 Teferi, that's when I fire off my refurbish. Oh, we see another Angel in his hand.
Here comes Chart of Course.
Yeah. 90% sure that's going to put the God Pharaoh's gift in the graveyard.
Yeah. There it goes. So Dason set up, barring a counterspell, next turn he's got God Pharaoh's gift.
Lone Gopher, you're in a hurricane. Of course it's rainy and windy outside.
It happens. I almost asked Lone Gopher what the name of the hurricane is because I have a hard time pronouncing it. I almost legitimately asked this question.
Well, type it out, Alex. Let's see if I can murder it here.
Because I saw the name on the internet, and I
kind of think firing it off here is a good call too.
Well, you're gonna force Paul to play his hand.
Yeah, and then with him only having 2 mana up, it leaves him with literally 1 counter.
Yep.
Which he did have, unfortunately.
But you don't know. You have to try.
Mancoop.
I don't know. I feel like if I do try, I'm gonna offend somebody.
Yeah, whatever.
So I'm just gonna let it be.
I'm a white dude from America.
Yeah.
I offend everybody just by being a white dude from America.
What I find amusing is the fact that I almost asked Lone Gopher how to pronounce it over a text chat.
Yeah, I mean, True enough.
That's where my mind is right now. That's what happens after I eat pizza. I can do math, but everything else goes.
Got it. So, give Andy pizza. Send him to take some SATs.
Paul doing some cycling, trying to find some more counter spells.
Alex, the one after Mangoot was Norman, and then Olivia.
So we got land to fairy is what it looks like to play. Oh, tap land. I see a glimmer at the back of the hand, another Teferi. So he's got two Teferis, glimmer, cast down.
Cast down. Yeah, he's in a pretty decent spot. I mean, he doesn't have enough counter magic here, but I'm sure
if Dason can find that other refurbish.
If he picks a refurbish. I saw a cast out in hand.
This is the turn for refurbish, though. It gets through if he can do it here.
Yeah.
And he couldn't.
No, he passed the turn.
That's a rough spot.
Because
from here, Paul's in, the engine's going.
Yeah. Paul sees a land and something he didn't like.
Yeah.
I picked up double disallow.
And a negate. So
yeah,
he went from 0 counters to 3.
Yeah. Paul's looking good here.
Yeah, Teferi comes down, untaps 2. He's got disallow available.
Yeah. Leaves him with disallow and negate.
Now it looks like he might be respecting counter magic on Dason's side too.
It's true.
Because he does not have negate backup for Teferi.
Yeah. There's a chart of course.
Yep, and that's an end of turn chart of course from Dason.
No. Sorcery Speeds card. So we're on Dason's turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna see a Shalai.
Shalai getting disallowed.
I would assume that's gonna get disallowed. Yeah. Yeah, Dason's playing directly into Paul's game plan here.
But that's
he doesn't have
where
much
Dason's
option.
deck is going.
Yeah, he doesn't have much option at this point.
So here comes Teferi, negate backup.
Yeah. And so Paul's, just resolving it.
And this is the turn where Paul's going to take over the game.
So now we'll see Paul determining which ones to untap. I like that choice.
So now Dason's turn. Paul has 2 counter spells available. He's got a disallow and a negate.
The ability to cast Glimmer if Dason doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Dason has cast down, so that's probably going to come out.
Yeah, I think he's still got a
champion.
So Paul's still with 2 disallows in hand.
Now I can see letting this happen. The champion isn't that big a threat.
I can see letting it happen and then minusing Teferi to put it back.
So Dason draws 2, discards 2.
See at least 1 cast out there. There's other God Pharaohs to the yard.
So it's 2 in the yard now. He hasn't played a land yet, I don't believe. 3 God Pharaoh gifts in the graveyard.
Discard for the turn, I believe.
No,
that was the second.
Discard 2 to the champion.
So 3. I think that would be all 3 in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 1 resolved refurbish away.
Yeah, if he can get one through and get it on the board. I mean, Teferi, does that only bounce creatures?
No, it bounces non-land permanents.
Yeah, so Paul has an answer for it, but if Teferi survives the attack.
Yeah. Which with the angel in the graveyard, I would assume that it doesn't.
Yeah. Now disallow. Can you bring up disallow for me, Jake? One of the most versatile counter spells, like you were saying yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
counter target spell activated or triggered abilities. That's the key part. They're activated and triggered. So even if Dason is able to get, if Paul allows the refurbished to get a gift onto the table,
he would be able to stop it from happening. Yep. At least the first time.
Yep. Pretty strong counterspell. So Dason's passing the turn.
So we see a Gearhulk.
Gearhulk probably Glimmer.
I would assume so. So Dason electing to attempt to cast out.
Well, Paul only has 2 mana.
Yeah.
Now does Dason have a counter?
He does. Supreme willed it, so
we have Teferi under a cast down. Or cast out.
Yeah.
I like that Paul asked Dason what he's targeting with the Supreme Will.
Hey, what mode are you choosing? It's a very legitimate question.
It is.
Yeah.
Very good timing by Dason on this one. He knew Paul was going to be doing something end step, and he planned around it.
Yeah, so now I definitely expect to see a Glimmer here.
Yep.
Much more than anything else.
Well, Paul, I believe, had a second Teferi in hand.
Yeah.
So it's not that big a hurdle for him.
Not the end of the world here. I'm sure it's gonna hurt Dason's spirit a little bit to see another one just hit the table next turn, though.
Well, it never feels good when you answer their biggest threat and they just come back with another one.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't look like Paul has another Teferi there. Oh, no, he does. He does. He picked up a commit to memory, too. So Paul coming in for 5. Teferi. Dason drew another cast out. Yeah, I think you got to go for it.
You have to. Force Paul to have the answer.
He also has a disallow of his own. I'm not sure if Paul would be willing to spend all the resources on it. So we'll see a disallow. See a disallow.
Dason's definitely willing to use his resources on it.
Yeah, he has to get rid of the Teferi. So we got a syncopate
for the end.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So.
Yeah, for Paul, it's another tool.
Yeah.
But he's got the Gearhulk already on the battlefield doing the damage.
For Dason, it's a big threat.
Yep.
So Paul just picked up another copy of Gearhulk off the Teferi Plus. We're seeing Vrasta's Contempt as a draw for the turn, it looks like.
This game's all but over right now, I believe.
It definitely seems like Paul is sitting at a real good spot.
He's attacking for chunks of 5. He has a second Gearhulk that he can play on Dason's end step.
To counter anything that Dason might try to get going here.
Well, he can cast a Gear... Well, not now. No, he's going to untap 2 with Teferi. So he can cast Gearhulk and hold up to dismiss.
Yeah. disallow.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's okay, Andy. You only got to worry about it for like 2 more weeks.
That just means I've had 2 years to remember the name of it.
Look at the glass like it's half empty.
This tells you how much blue control I played.
I mean, you played against me a number of times over the last 2 years.
Yeah, but I just accepted that you had the counter spells. I never actually paid attention.
Fair enough. To which one it actually was.
Exactly. Oh, you're tapping lands. I'll put it in the graveyard.
So, refurbish. I wonder if he allows it to resolve and then tucks the God Pharaohs.
No, he's gonna.
Nah, he's gonna.
Oh, he's got to commit.
Yeah, he's gonna commit it.
At this point, he's playing for the first place in the mat. There's no reason to play silly games. Just stop it.
Yeah.
And get your other 5/6 on the battlefield.
Now, I wonder if he's gonna cast the memory port here off the Gearhold.
I don't think he is.
I think Dason is gonna.
Dason sees the writing on the wall. Very strong.
That was a real good showing from Esper Control.
Very well played. Dason just never able to get his foot under him.
Yeah, game 1, Paul had the exact right answers at the exact right time.
Yep. Game 2, Dason had windows, but
he
wasn't able to get it in.
Yeah.
So, but his opening hand was a solid hand.
Yeah, it was definitely. Paul just played out a little bit better.
Yep.